just imagine having this wonderful idea of having a business plan because you're a stylist and you want to open up your own salon. Yeah, I want to tell you about that, about how that went. I had a business plan that I put together because I wanted to open up a salon. I wanted at least $20,000. Had the LLC. This is years ago, but still, it still goes in effect today. I went to the first bank. I applied, denied because of my credit. Okay, so I went to the second bank, denied because the business wasn't. I didn't have it for a long time, so it was denied. You know, my feelings was hurt, but went to the third, denied because of the location. Went to the fourth. You thought I gave up. I didn't give up. Went to the fourth, and they basically stated that it was funding. It was the funding itself. I don't know what that meant, but I was just getting so used to being denied. I said, well, maybe if I try for the fifth time. I couldn't even tell you what the fifth time why I got denied. But that's when I realized I had to be my own bank. And that meant instead of getting the 20,000 to 10,000, I had to scale down for me to get my salon. So I had to focus on the salon and not the equipment. Now, I say all of this to you because we see all the beautiful salons out here. I mean, we see the fabulous chairs and, you know, the shampoo bowls. But to be successful, you don't have to have a big salon. You don't have to have the fabulous equipment. And that meant focusing on the salon and not the equipment. It meant budgeting. It meant the structure in the business. What I've seen in the success of a business, I read somewhere that there is about, what was the amount? 950,000 salons are open a year. 950 to a million, that's what it was. And majority of those salons close. Majority of those salons close. And I could just imagine how much money is spent in each one of the salons. So the success rate in a hair salon, a barber, and this is just over the whole professional business itself. I mean, even it included tattoo salons and spas. Do not last. And it do not last. And look, I want to help you. I want to share some information, and this information is free. And it's because I want to see a lot of these salons and barbershops. I want to see the professional business flourish. I just want to help you. I'm going to tell you a little story. Now, and I say this just because clients are not looking at the business itself. They're not looking at, oh, how wonderful this chair is. They're not looking at the shampoo bowl. They're not looking at that. They are looking for an experience. Now, hear me right. Now, I understand that, you know, everyone wants a nice, you know, bust down and a ponytail or all the different hairstyles. Because again, this is not about hair. This is about structure. This is about strategy. This is about business. So let me get back to my story real quick. I remember I had my first salon. And a lot of times we would be so crowded. Every station, every stylist crowded. So we would try our best to get them in and get them out. It got to the point where we would finish the client and the client would actually stay. They would just stay, and you're like, okay, well, thank you. Have a good day. You want to push them out because we needed the space. The space was about 1,100 square footage. So it was not a lot, and it was about 6 to 8 stylists at the time. We wanted to get them in and get them out. Get them in and get them out. We were busy, okay? a lot of the clients did not leave because they had a good time. You may find this in barbershops. You may find this in nail salons. You may find this in spas. Maybe not in the spas, but well, I could say the spas because when you get your spa, when you get your massage done, you want to stay a little bit longer just to relax. You're having a good time. You're laughing. You're relating to whatever the conversation is, and that's what ended up happening. People were more, interested in the atmosphere. They were interested in the experience of being relaxed and being around people that they could talk to. I never heard anybody tell me, oh, this is so nice. These waiting chairs are so nice. I just want to sit here for another hour or two. You didn't get that. I even had clients they were done. And the end of the week, they came the week before, but they came in on a Thursday or Friday. This is not the time to get their hair done. And they just came in to visit because they wanted conversation. They wanted to feel welcome. And they were welcome. We gave them the experience, chit chat and everything else. They weren't getting the service at the time, but they came in because of the experience. And I say all of this because we put so much emphasis on buying the shampoo bowls, buying the stations, buying the waiting area, the receptionist desk. We put so much emphasis on it, and that is not going to keep the business running. This is one of many things that I talk about. And I want to share this information with you. I want to share the strategies, the structure, and just standards of your salon to be profitable, because you're not just standing behind a chair forever. You're not going to be able to stand there forever. I want to talk about how before opening the salons, your goals, the advertising, the discounts, the walk-ins. Just ideas how you can save money and put more money in your pocket, okay? We want that. Now, I want you to join the inner circle. We share information just like this. Information where you can save money, maybe on your shampoo bowls in your waiting area, but also give you ideas of how to run your business, how to make sure that you're going to be profitable at the end of the year. You can get to that 6 and 7, that 7 figures. That's 6, 7. You hear I said 7 figures at the end of the year. This is not a hustle. This is not a hustle. This is education. This is ownership education. And remember, you need this. 7 figures is not luck. It's strategy.